This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All content provided is intended for educational purposes only.
I'm fucking bleeding!
Just one of those.
Fuck yeah!
Everybody sucks. You know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact. And if you interact, your life is on contract. Stay away, motherfucker. It's just one of those days.
Yo, what is up, YouTube? Thank you guys for watching the channel. If you haven't already, please like, sub, drop a comment. We're going to be doing a new kind of weekly kind of video that's not incorporating working out. It's just going to be like questions, Q's and A's, and like talking about just like stuff that you guys have questions about. Because I know there's a lot of people that, you know, are thinking about bodybuilding, thinking about hopping on gear, thinking about, you know, just overall fitness stuff, mindset, motivation, shit like that. And it's good to hear, you know, what other people have to say. So, so if you guys have any questions or you want any suggestions on videos, drop them in the comments and I'll check them out. But today's topic is why I started my first cycle ever. And that goes back to 2022, when I was 22. I'm 25 right now. 2022, I've been working out since I was 10 years old. So 12 years, busting my ass, natty, doing everything in the book, cycling, creatine, protein, bulking, perma bulking, mini cutting, summer shredding, hybrid training, powerlifting, bodybuilding, dieting, oral test boosters for old men, that shit they sell at GNC, dude, pretty much everything. And then, you know, this was while still going through college and stuff and trying to like maintain like kind of like a social life, party life, and still working out. And I got to about like 180, pretty big, naturally. And I kept seeing everybody in my hometown. This goes like a lot deeper. Everybody in my hometown was competing. And I would see guys that just started working out. They just started working out and they're like, all right, I want to compete. So they would hire a coach, hop on gear, and they'd blow the fuck up. And they'd get big as me or bigger than me. And I'd be so fucking frustrated because here am I busting my ass for fucking 12 years in the gym, doing everything fucking right, going hard as hell, killing myself. And then these just random dudes just hop on gear, first cycle ever, just started lifting like about a year ago, decided they're gonna do a show. I'm gonna try and do a show. I'm gonna do a local show. They hop on a bunch of gear, get fucking massive, get bigger than me, and I'm over here like, what the fuck, man? Is this like God trying to like tell me to work harder, or is this just like these motherfuckers just pissing on me? It's like it just pissing on my work. It's like, how is this even possible? How are you even able to compare to my size after just a year of gear when I've been training my entire fucking life for 12 years? And, you know, shit like that would happen all the time. You know, guys that, you know, in high school that, you know, were twigs, and I was always in the gym, always working out. And then, you know, they decide to, you know, do a show, and then they get just as big as me or a little bit bigger. And it's like, how the fuck are you guys doing this and getting this massive with no fucking knowledge, no foundation, no dedication, no blood, sweat, tears, time under your belt? You're just fucking doing it. And that would always, like, in the back of my mind, just piss me off. I hated people. For the longest time, I really despised people that were on gear because I thought it was like cheating. I thought it was like, you know, because that's what I saw. I saw these teenager dudes, guys in college. Shut up. These guys in college just hop on gear, hop on the sauce, and then get just as big as me or bigger than me without any of the dedication, just fucking around, just couldn't care about the lifestyle, couldn't care about bodybuilding or working out or any of that, just wanted to get big quick. So I had a very, negative, view on, gear and shit like that. People would always offer me and be like, hey, you want to hop on, you should hop on, and I always said, no, I don't need that shit. And you really don't if you're not trying to compete, and if you're not trying to become like a bodybuilder and you're not trying to do a show, like, you'll have very high test levels for the most part for a long time until unless something happens to you, you get in an accident or you get severely overweight or something like that where you feel super drowsy and depressed. If you feel super drowsy and depressed, that's like a red flag that you should get your test checked. So I think everybody around like past the age of 30 should just get their test checked just to see, because you don't want to be walking around this earth like a fucking woman. Like, it feels so fucking good, bro. Like, to be walking around as a confident fucking man and not just be like a sad, depressed weakling that just doesn't feel like doing shit. Like, even now, in the depleted state I am, I still feel aggressive and fucking good as fuck. Like, yes, I am still on a lot of gear, but just the mindset, the mentality that, test and the other stuff brings, it definitely changes your mind. It definitely changes your mind chemistry. And it's not like a bad thing. It's not like what social media likes to say. It's like, oh, it turns you into a fucking roid rage freak monster, a horrible person. It just makes you a little bit more tense and a little bit more energy, and you're a little bit more, things might make you a little bit more frustrated, but it's up to you. You have to learn how to control your emotions even without tests. Like, even if somebody pisses you off in real life, you're not going to beat the shit out of them. I mean, maybe, but then you're going to go to jail, and then that happens to people all the time. They're not even on gear. Usually the people that do stupid shit and get into fights and like get in trouble are the people that aren't on gear, because the guys that are on gear know the discipline and know how to channel their emotions in the gym instead of just exploding on people, at the bar or whatever, doing stuff, because they've learned through that. But back to what I was saying. The reason why I hopped on in the first place, I'm 22. The girl I was dating at the time, she would follow all of these jacked fitness guys. And when I mean jacked fitness guys, I mean like bodybuilders, like guys that were obviously way bigger than me, way taller than me, and just on a shit ton of gear. They're competitors, and she would always like follow them, like their stuff. And when you're dating somebody, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that they're liking other people's stuff, or like commenting, or like Snapchatting, or just showing. The idea of showing positive affection to someone else that's not your partner is bullshit, and it makes your partner feel shitty about themselves when they see that. Like, you don't want your girlfriend to see you liking all these naked OF model stuff, and it just makes you look bad, and then it's hurting your partner's feelings. So and then why are you even liking it in the first place? Because that OF chick, she don't give a fuck about you. Are you trying to slide in? Like, she doesn't give a fuck about you. And even if you did slide in, guess what? There's a million other guys sliding in, telling her the same shit, and she's probably not even going to give you her full attention, because she's probably got some other dude over here and some other dude over here. And 90% of the women on social media are just, people that are just chasing the bag and chasing the next big fish. And the whole idea of like searching for a partner, or the whole partner idea through social media is bullshit. Dating apps, bullshit. Just bring it back to old school, bro. If you're worried about that stuff, it will happen organically. Don't fucking stress. It should happen in a normal conversation. You should be able to look a girl in the eyes and like talk to her, not like swipe and like drop a fire emoji or whatever the fuck kids are doing these days. But it's ridiculous. You make it so simple. Like, everything in life that we overthink and overcomplicate is really just ourselves, making things bigger than they are. Like, if we bring it down, way notches, like, take a deep breath, bring everything down a bunch of notches, it's really not that complicated. And we make it so complicated. Our minds are so complex, and we like to put every possibility together, and this and this, and it's really not. Just keep everything simple, man. Keep it organic. Don't overthink things. If it's meant to happen, it'll be. Don't force anything. It'll happen organically. But back to the cycle stuff, going off a little bit. So I'm dating this girl. She's showing affection and like positive, attention. She's showing attention and like liking other dudes' stuff to other dudes that were bigger than me at the time on steroids. And I always got like the steroid accusations when I was younger. They're like, oh, you're on gear, you're on test. Like, let me see your shoulders. Like, my boss actually pulled me aside at the gym, and he's like, you're on test, right? Like, let me see your shoulders. And I thought that was hilarious. And I didn't know why he was asking to see my shoulders at the time, because I knew nothing about taking gear. I knew nothing about pinning, nothing about any of that, which is funny. That was literally like 3.5 years ago. So funny how life can change, bro. Life is so short. There's literally not that much time in the span of things. And if you look at the grand scheme, it's like broken up in 2 years, now 4. Those 2 years is 4. Then now that's half 10 years, and then and everything is so quick in life. But I had no idea about the gear. I had no idea about this stuff. And my boss was like making fun of me, like, yeah, you're on test at least. And he's like, at least Anavar, right? And I was like, dude, I just don't know enough about that stuff to even fucking take it. First of all. Second of all, I'm too broke to even be doing that shit. And third of all, I like to party. I like to do other shit. I'm not like a bodybuilder. This was when I was 22. This is when I just started my fitness social media presence. I wanted to like create more content. As a natty I started. So this whole content creation, has been going on for years. Since 2020 I've been posting stuff because I thought I was big as a natty, but I wasn't getting any views or any attraction because there's a lot of bigger people that are natty. It's crazy how it's ridiculous how vast and strong and massive the bodybuilding fitness community is. There's like such a large group of individuals that are insanely jacked, insanely strong, and then it kind of washes out the other guys. So you really have to be a peak individual to get noticed. And I wasn't going to get there naturally. I knew I had the mindset, the grind set, the everything, the training, the intensity. I just wasn't hitting that naturally. And so this girl, she was always liking other dudes' stuff. So that's in the back of my mind. Like, all right, she obviously doesn't think I'm like the shit or whatever. She thinks these guys are amazing. And then this guy from my town, San Diego, he got a Young LA sponsorship. He blew up on viral. He went viral, got a bunch of videos. I'm not gonna say who it was, but I knew him. One of my friends was best friends with the guy, and he blew up on social media, started getting all this money, started getting all this stuff. He did a show, he just started lifting, maybe he was lifting for like 3 years before hopping on a shit ton of gear, got his pro card, bunch of sponsorships, living the dream. This guy's a fucking shit. And it just hit me so hard. Like, this guy is living the dream I want, is doing everything that I want, and I've been trying so hard and so long to get to that spot, and this guy just comes out of nowhere, does a really big cycle, and fucking gets his pro card. And that was like like, dude, I've been doing this forever. And that really kind of like added flame to the fire. Like, you know what? Fuck it, man. You know what? Fuck this shit. Fuck this natty shit. Fuck this. This is my life, man. Why am I holding myself back and not pushing everything and not going 100% and not going balls to the walls and fully committing to this lifestyle? And I'm seeing other people live my dream. I'm literally seeing it in front of me, and I'm seeing the girl I'm dating googly eyeing this guy. I'm seeing everybody worshiping this dude, and it's literally the life that I want. And it's like, I've been working for this for so long, and he just out of nowhere just started doing it, and he popped off and he started making it. And it was just like, it was just adding more fuel to the fire. So I'm 22, all this stuff's going on, you know, and, you know, people always told me like, oh, if you hopped on, you'd be a monster. You'd look crazy. You'd be such a freak. And a lot of people say that, like, oh, if I hopped on, I'd be a genetic freak. I'd be a genetic freak. I'd blow up. And a lot of people say that, but then they never actually commit and like fully hop on and fully commit to bodybuilding, eating 6 to 8 meals a day, cut out vices. Like, they don't do that shit. They don't do a show. They don't do that shit. They might do like one cycle, but they don't actually ever fully commit to becoming a freak. And my mindset was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm gonna full send this shit, and I'm not gonna fuck around any longer. And it was all these things building up, and I'm 22, right? So I'm already kind of getting tired of the party scene. I've been partying since I was like fucking 16, man. I'm already getting tired of that stuff. It's the same people. It's just trashy people, trashy girls, trashy guys. Just a not good atmosphere. Everybody's fake. Everybody's just spending money, stealing money, doing drugs, getting drunk, acting belligerent, retarded, gumps, just doing all the wrong things around all these negative souls. And I always felt guilty when I'd be out partying because I knew I was losing gains, or I knew that I wasn't making the progress for my dreams. I knew I wasn't. And I had to eventually, you know, get rid of the vices to fully focus on bodybuilding, which I'm so thankful I did, because you can't live that lifestyle and be a bodybuilder. You can't. But so this guy's living the dream. He just started gear. He's still like a newbie gymmer guy. And I've been working my ass off, and I'm stuck at 180. And a guy my height, under 180 pounds, under 200 pounds, is very, it's very aggravating, because there's a lot of taller guys that are just naturally over 200 pounds. But to be my height and to be also over 200 pounds, you have to have a lot of muscle mass or a lot of fat, or both. And it would really frustrate me that I never could reach 200 pounds. Never. And I've been working my ass off forever. Never could reach 200 pounds. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. Once I do this, once I figure out, you know, if I'm going to fully commit to this or not, I'm going to get fucking huge. I'm going to compete. I want to be a fucking freak. I'm going to post all the time. I'm going to show people what I do, what I take, all that shit. Let me turn on the light, because it's getting dark over here. But I like talking in the car. It's peace and quiet from the house, all the chaos in the house and shit, and it's pretty good audio. But so all these things are going on, seeing this, everybody just do it, hopping on and just getting the fucking dream that I wanted. And you know, I think it just finally hit me, and I was like, you know what, fuck all these guys, fuck everybody. Nobody works as hard as me. Nobody is as dedicated as me. I've been working out since I was fucking 10 years old, guys. Like, I was natty for so long. I got up to a 365 bench natty. I was like, and it's like, And then you just see these people on social media that lie about their natty status, and then reaping all the benefits, the money, the sponsorships, the clout. And it's just like, if anything, it just burns at your soul for somebody that's been trying for so long and just not getting there. So I think around that time, the girl that I was dating broke up with me. It wasn't working out. It kind of lit a fuse in my it just lit the fuse. It was like, this chick, she was older than me. She couldn't care less, enough to really dedicate herself to the relationship. I was trying so hard in the relationship, and some people just don't want to put in the effort, and that's completely fine. That's their own bullshit, man. As long as you put in the effort and they reciprocate and they put back 100, it's not 50-50, it's 100. And if they're not doing that, man, fuck them. Find somebody else that will, because somebody else will. And so it didn't work out, and then it just lit the fuse even more, bro. I was so depressed, pissed, and it was like, I have nothing, man. I literally have nothing. I had a fitness job. I was pursuing a business degree, but the gym was always there. I was always in the gym, always working out, and I was always posting content, and it just wasn't doing anything. And it was like, I need to fucking hop on. I have nothing to lose. It was like all the pieces lined up for me at that moment, and it was like, I have nothing to lose, but I have everything to fucking gain. I've built myself to be a fucking monster. I've built the training, the mindset, the mentality, the fucking intensity. I've built all that shit. The foundations are there. I've been posting forever. Like, this is it's already meant to be. It's just me just not pulling the trigger. It's me holding myself back. If you think about it, everything in life is just ourselves holding ourselves back from executing. The information's there, the job's there, the money's there. You just gotta go get it. The fucking gains are there. Go get it, man. Go get that shit. It's out there. It's waiting for you. Everything in life you want is already there. It's already out there. You just gotta go take it. And I just fucking snapped. I said, fuck this shit. I'm fucking done. I'm blowing up. I'm fucking hopping on. So I reached out to a local bodybuilder that did a couple shows. We were cool. I was cool with him. I worked out with him a couple times. He hooked me up with test, and he told me to do a test only cycle. I'd blow up doing test only, and I started doing 250 milligrams a week of test cypionate. And dude, let me tell you, the first time I took a shot, it was probably the placebo, but I swear to God, I could feel when the shot goes into my body, even to this day. The first time he shot me, because I didn't know how to do it, so I had the bro shoot me in the cheek, and I fucking felt this rush. I felt this fucking rush and like a wave of like new like purpose, and I was just immediately, I said, fuck this, I'm going straight to the gym. I already worked out that day. He's like, it doesn't work that fast. He's trying to fucking nerd out on me. You're not gonna feel it. It doesn't work that. I fucking felt it. I went straight to the gym. I had the craziest workout of my life, and I never felt so fucking pumped. And somebody actually came up to me that day and was like, do you compete? And I never got that question ever. And then they said that to me that day, and I thought that was very ironic. But started with 250 tests, and I did that for about 3 months straight. Eating bullshit. I didn't have a meal plan. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't have macros dialed in. I was just eating as much as I could, whatever I had at the house. and it wasn't working. So I did some more research, and I saw that, you know, people that are on a budget, that don't have a lot of money, they eat a lot of burgers, a lot of ground beef, shit ton of calories. So I was, you know, that's what you see when you're broke. You eat as much food as you can that you could afford. So I was going at the time, McDonald's had like a really cheap $2 cheeseburgers or whatever they had, and I was buying 10 of them every day, and I would eat those every day after I worked out. And I increased my dose from 250 to 300, and I ate cheeseburgers for about 3 months straight, every day, at least 10 cheeseburgers, 3 months straight, and I got up to 230 pounds. So I put on 40 pounds of weight, and it wasn't like muscle, it felt just heavy, unhealthy weight. My cholesterol was super high, but it felt good to be massive. It felt good to grow. It felt good to be anabolic. It felt really fucking good. And I made the mistake of just completely coming off test. I didn't PCT. I just wanted to know what would happen if I just stopped taking tests. Would my body shut down, and would my test stop making? Would I stop producing tests? What would happen? So what ended up happening, my test shot down. I ended up feeling miserable. I got very sick because your immune system's very low, and this was during the winter time. I was getting sick. I was sick for like 3 weeks straight. Super depressed, super moody, super sad, watching, you know, Disney movies, crying and shit. And I thought I was making the right call. I was like, you know, I should, you know, come off test, because, you know, you always have second thoughts. Everybody has second thoughts, and that's just weakness. That's just other people saying you're gonna kill yourself, or other people putting ideas in your head, and it's just psyching yourself out. Like, second thoughts are for the weak. You have plan A, and if plan A doesn't work out, you make it work. You don't have, you know, in case this doesn't work, or, you know, what if this happens, or what if this happens. That's like a puppy. That's like an animal that's scared, that doesn't know how to make a decision. You make a decision and you fucking stick with it. But anyways, I came off test completely. I lost about like maybe 20 pounds. So I was still around, you know, maybe like 190-ish. Off test. I looked whatever. I didn't look crazy anabolic. Everybody thinks as soon as you hop on test or you do one cycle, you become a C-bum. It's not like that at all. You don't look that much different. I wish you did. I wish it took just one cycle, but so that was a big mistake coming off test, man. I just felt like shit, man. And I stayed off it for 3 months. So I did a 6-month test only cycle, eating a shit ton of food, shit ton of ground beef, shit ton of burgers. Destroyed my cholesterol, destroyed my blood pressure. Blood pressure was like through the roof. Cholesterol was through the roof. So I was like, you know what? I want to make the health decision. I'm going to come off. I got scared. I got cold feet. My mom was like tripping on me, saying that, you know, I'm going to die, blah, blah, blah. You're going to, all this negative stuff. So I came off, and I'm telling you guys this because I'm sure you guys might think the same thoughts, and just like, if I could go back, I wouldn't have came off like that, because you lose gains you lose progress, you feel like absolute shit. Like, it's not like, oh, I might not feel like shit. You will feel horrible. You won't want to do anything. You will hate yourself. You will feel depressed, moody, like you're like a girl on Shark Week, like you're on her period. Like, you feel horrible. You don't want to do anything. You're weak as shit in the gym. You're weaker than you were naturally. Because your test is so low. Because you just dropped your fucking test. So anyways, first cycle, I ran tests for 6. Damn, the camera just died, so we're on the phone, but we're gonna wrap this up. The reason why I hopped on gear was multiple reasons. I decided to fully commit to bodybuilding. I saw other people living my dream, and I was tired of seeing other people do what I wanted to do and me just sitting on the sidelines. I was tired of not growing, not reaching 200 pounds. I was tired of hitting plateaus. I was tired of, you know, always being the underdog. I was tired of not making it and not doing what I wanted to do with my life. And I was just tired of fucking losing all the time. And I said, fuck this, man. If I'm gonna fully commit, I'm gonna fully commit. And that's exactly what I did. So I did that first cycle for 6 months, completely came off, lost most of my gains, felt super shitty, depressed, got back on test and NPP. And I ran that for about 6, maybe 5 months after 3 months of completely off everything. That was one of the best, you know, cycles I ever did, just because I was at 0, and then I got back up to baseline and then above baseline. And tested MPP. I think I was doing 500 tests, 500 MPP, and I was splitting it up to 3 times a week. But you just gotta do what you want to do, bro. Nobody's gonna help you with life, and everybody's gonna tell you you can't do this or you shouldn't do that. But fuck them, man. Like, everybody's just scared, and they're just letting their, you know, insecurities project onto you. And like, if this is what you want to do, if you love bodybuilding, 100% go for it. Reach out to a coach. Have somebody that you can ask, you know, questions and stuff. The reason why I'm growing so much and I'm doing a lot better than I was is because I have a coach now. It's a lot harder when you're by yourself just doing, you know, what you know on social media. But it's all the information's out there. You know, just look at the kid Sam Sloak, man. That kid, I don't know if he has anybody that's in his corner helping him. He said that he did. A couple people that helped him out. But dude, all the information is out there, and it's really up to us to acquire it and just attack. And you know, life is quick. Life changes fast. And if you want to get what you want out of this life, you gotta fucking sack up, rock up, and do the hard shit and get after it. So I've done at least a couple big cycles. I've been on gear since 2022, so this is 2025, so 3 years. So that's a long time, but in a bodybuilder perspective, you know, most of these guys hopped on gear at 18, 19 years old. You know, these Olympian dudes started gear at a young age. So I feel like I have the advantage because I built the muscle maturity till I was 22, and I figured out all the other shit. But long story short, man, big ass video. Just shooting shit, knowledge, just personal experience out there for you guys. Car talk. If you guys have any more questions, or you guys want to know other things, or just topics, or, you know, stuff, just drop them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But we're still gonna be posting Road to Pro. We got chest day tomorrow. I'm fucking hyped. But yeah, bro, first cycle is always the best cycle, and it's only one cycle if you never come off. I wish I didn't, because you know, you just feel like shit. We've completely come off without a PCT.
you don't want to do that. Even if, just save the money and pay for a PCT. Don't just cheap it out, and just save the fucking money, or just stay on test. You could stay on test, you'll be okay. But yeah, life's fucking crazy, bro. I am very happy with where I'm at, the choices I made, and we're fucking going for it, bro. I'm going to reach 300 pounds, and I'm gonna go to Mr. Olympia. I don't give a fuck. We got the meal right here, finishing up. One more left to go. But yeah, man, just a little insight into my life, and you know, maybe you guys could take something out of it and apply it to yours. But peace, love, happiness, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.
You don't wanna wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human